I'm about to share something that will completely change how you handle your grandchildren's screen time. And no, it's not about taking away their devices. That never works anyway. Here's what nobody tells you. The grandparents who succeed with screen time aren't the ones who fight it. They're the ones who understand it. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to do the same thing. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you told your grandchild to put down their tablet, and they actually listened? If you're like most grandparents, the answer is probably never. But that's not your fault. You're just using the wrong approach. The world our grandchildren are growing up in is completely different from the one we raised our own kids in. Back then, screens meant television. Maybe a computer for homework. Now? Screens are everywhere. They're how kids learn, play, and connect with friends. So here's the first thing you need to understand. Screen time isn't the enemy. Bad screen time is the enemy. And yes, there's a massive difference between the two. Let me explain what I mean by that. When your grandchild sits passively watching random videos for 3 hours, that's bad screen time. When they're video calling you from across the country, learning to code, or creating digital art, that's good screen time. See the difference? Now, here's where most grandparents get it wrong. They treat all screen time the same way. They set a timer for 1 hour and call it done. But that's like saying all food is the same. Would you limit vegetables the same way you limit candy? The key is understanding what your grandchildren are actually doing on those screens. And this is where you have a huge advantage. You're not the parent. You don't have to be the bad guy every single day. You can be the wise guide who helps them understand balance. Let's talk about practical strategies that actually work. First, never start with rules. Start with curiosity. Ask your grandchild to show you what they're doing on their device. Really look at it. Ask questions. Show genuine interest. When you do this, something amazing happens. They start explaining things to you. They become the teacher. And in that moment, they're thinking critically about what they're consuming. That's the first step towards self-regulation. Here's another powerful technique. Create screen-free zones together. Not as a punishment, but as special spaces. Maybe the dinner table is where you share stories. Maybe the backyard is where you explore nature. Make these places so interesting that screens can't compete. But here's the secret sauce. You have to model the behavior you want to see. If you're constantly checking your phone while spending time with them, they notice. Kids are incredibly perceptive. They learn more from what we do than what we say. Now let's address the elephant in the room. What do you do when the parents have different rules than you do? This is tricky territory. You want to support your grandchildren, but you also need to respect the parents' decisions. Here's my advice. Have an honest conversation with the parents before issues arise. Ask them about their screen time philosophy, understand their rules. Then work within that framework. You can still be the cool grandparent who makes non-screen activities irresistible. Think about your own unique skills and interests. Can you teach them to bake? Garden? Build things with wood? Tell stories from your childhood? These are experiences they can't get from a screen. And they're memories they'll treasure forever. One grandmother I know started a weekly nature scavenger hunt with her grandkids. No phones allowed. Just observation skills and imagination. Within a month, her grandchildren were begging to do it instead of playing video games. That's the power of making real life more engaging than digital life. But what about when you can't be there in person? This is where technology becomes your friend, not your enemy. Regular video calls aren't just screen time. They're relationship building. their language development, their emotional connection. Here's a game-changer idea. Use technology to enhance your relationship. Read bedtime stories over video call. Play online board games together. Watch the same movie simultaneously and discuss it. Technology can bring you closer when used intentionally. Now, let's talk about the types of content that actually benefit children. Educational apps aren't just about ABCs and 123s anymore. There are apps that teach coding, creative thinking, and problem solving. There are apps that encourage physical activity and mindfulness. The key is being selective. Not all educational content is created equal. Look for apps that require active participation, not passive consumption. Look for apps that have clear learning objectives. And always preview content before recommending it. Here's something most people don't realize. Screen time limits should change based on age and developmental stage. A 5-year-old needs different boundaries than a 12-year-old. And a teenager needs to learn self-regulation, not just follow rules. As a grandparent, you can help bridge these transitions. You can have conversations about why limits exist. You can help them understand the effects of too much screen time on their sleep, mood, and relationships. You can be the trusted adult who explains things without lecturing. Let me share a personal story. My own grandchildren used to spend entire visits glued to their tablets. It broke my heart. So I made a deal with them. For every hour of outdoor activity, they earned 30 minutes of screen time. But here's the twist. The outdoor activities were so fun that they often forgot to claim their screen time. We built fairy houses in the garden. We had water balloon fights. We created obstacle courses. We made the real world an adventure. And gradually, their relationship with screens changed. They became tools for specific purposes, not default activities. Now here's an important point about social media. If your grandchildren are old enough to use social media, you need to understand it. Not to spy on them, but to have informed conversations. Learn what TikTok is. Understand Instagram. Know what Snapchat does. When you understand their digital world, you can ask better questions. You can identify potential problems. You can be a safe person to talk to when something online makes them uncomfortable. This is incredibly valuable in today's world. But let's be real for a moment. Sometimes you'll fail. Sometimes they'll spend too much time on screens during your visit. Sometimes you'll give in because you're tired or they're having a meltdown. That's okay. Perfection isn't the goal. Progress is. What matters is the overall pattern. Are you creating opportunities for meaningful connection? Are you teaching them to think critically about their screen use? Are you modeling healthy technology habits? If yes, you're doing great. Here's another crucial aspect. Help your grandchildren understand that boredom is okay. In fact, boredom is where creativity comes from. When kids reach for a screen the moment they feel bored, they miss opportunities for imagination and self-directed play. Teach them that boredom is a signal to create something, not consume something. Keep art supplies accessible. Have building materials available. Create a dress-up box. Give them tools for creation, not just consumption. Let's talk about screen time and sleep. This is non-negotiable. Screens before bed disrupt sleep patterns. The blue light tricks the brain into thinking it's daytime. Poor sleep affects everything from mood to learning to physical health. If you're doing bedtime with your grandchildren, establish a screen-free wind-down routine. Maybe it's reading together. Maybe it's quiet conversation. Maybe it's gentle music. Make the transition to sleep peaceful and screen-free. Now, what about educational screen time for school? This is different from entertainment screen time. If your grandchild needs to research something or complete an assignment, that's productive use. But even here, teach them to be efficient. Get on, get the work done, get off. Help them understand the difference between focused work and distracted browsing. Teach them to close unnecessary tabs. Show them how to avoid the rabbit hole of clicking from one thing to another. These are life skills that will serve them forever. Here's a powerful question to ask your grandchildren. After they've been on a screen for a while, ask them how they feel. Do they feel energized or drained? Happy or irritable? This helps them develop self-awareness about how screen time affects them. Some kids will realize that certain games make them angry. Some will notice that too much social media makes them feel bad about themselves. When they make these connections themselves, they're more likely to make better choices. Let's address the comparison trap. Your grandchildren will have friends with different screen time rules. Some will have unlimited access. This can cause conflict. Help them understand that different families have different values. It's not about being fair to everyone. It's about what's best for them. And here's something beautiful about being a grandparent. You have perspective that parents often lack. You've seen how quickly childhood passes. You understand that these years are precious. You can gently remind everyone, including yourself, to be present for the moments that matter. Technology isn't going away. Screens will be part of your grandchildren's lives forever. Your job isn't to fight that reality. Your job is to help them develop a healthy relationship with technology. To teach them that screens are tools, not companions. That real life is always better than digital life. So here's my challenge to you. This week, try one new strategy from this video. Maybe it's asking your grandchild to teach you about their favorite app. Maybe it's planning one screen-free activity. Maybe it's having a conversation about how different types of screen time make them feel. Start small. Be patient with yourself and with them. Remember that you're building skills that will last a lifetime. You're not just managing screen time. You're teaching digital citizenship, critical thinking, and self-regulation. And most importantly, remember this. The greatest gift you can give your grandchildren isn't another app or game. It's your presence. Your attention. Your time. When you're fully present with them, screens naturally become less appealing. Because nothing on a screen can compete with the love of a grandparent who truly sees them. Your grandchildren are growing up in a complex digital world. They need guides who understand both the opportunities and the dangers. They need adults who can help them navigate this landscape with wisdom and grace. They need you. So embrace your role as a digital grandparent. Learn about their world. Set loving boundaries. Create irresistible alternatives. Model healthy habits. And above all, stay connected. Because at the end of the day, your relationship with them matters far more than any screen ever could.